radio station. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So now we're live now, man. All right, how you been, George, man? We haven't talked in a long time, bro.
Yes, sir. No, you know what? I've been good. I've been touring. Just got back from Dallas, whole work area. Did a show out there with Little Joe and Marcos. And then for Labor Day, we'll be out in New Mexico for a show in New Mexico.
You work a lot, bro, and I appreciate the fact that you're consistently putting out George Moreno music. You have a very classic style, and your style is consistent, you know. And I use you a lot with a lot of the new artists that I interview because I had some advice, some really good advice from Ruben Ramos. I asked him, what would you tell a new artist? He goes, just do that one thing. Whatever you do that one thing and be consistent, because people won't know you. If you constantly change, they don't know who you are.
Well, you know what? And it's funny you say that because from the start of how I got into music, I think how I dress, what I do, the theme of Jorge Moreno, the brand has not changed.
Right.
It has evolved.
Oh, no. I'm not saying
right. It has evolved into what it's become, but it's all for the good of it. I'm one of those that I'm me, and I try not to emulate anybody. Uniqueness is everything in the world. And that's how you stand out. You know, and I try to take chances of doing music that I'm not comfortable with, and sometimes I even surprise myself. That's what I would tell the new guys. If you're not in it for the passion of it and having fun and loving it, then you're in it for all the wrong reasons. Money is only one facet of it. And then also you got to sacrifice a lot. You're on the road a lot. And as you see, I travel a lot. But I have a good support mechanism at home. I always have, and that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, I've always said that I've always admired the fact that you constantly have been available for interviews. That's one of the great things, that you remain humble, and you're consistent in who you are, and your show is consistent in being a great show. I've seen it before, and it's just great all around music. You're good about picking music. That's the good thing. You're good about picking music, because some people, they pick music and they don't realize, hey bro, this is a New Year's Eve. Why are you picking these slow songs? People want to party on New Year's Eve.
But you got to understand, for example, your venue. You can be on an outside show, and maybe you can do ballads. You can do things that you can do at a bar when people are dancing. Because the biggest thing is people want to do drink and dance. That's why they go there. And you have to be self-conscious of that. If you're not, you're going to end up in a disaster. Because they're going to miss, all those good qualities you have. And I try to constantly, and I'm constantly thinking of what I'm going to do next. And honestly, I listen to everybody else too. Not just Tejano, not just Norteño, Banda. I listen to everything you can think of, from rock, Spanish, rock, 80s rock. I have a lot of things that influence me, and you sometimes hear it in my recordings.
You know that you're very, very, and like I said, I didn't want you, I want you, you're not recording, that's not what I'm saying. Your style is of all, when I love the music, not almost all of their albums. I think I'm missing the first one. But it's
It's funny you say that because everybody's always asking me. It's out of print. And actually, we never intended to sell it as an album. It was more of a promotional gimmick so people could see what I'm able to do at the time. And that was a long time ago. So obviously now you see what you see on social platforms, and now you can see where I evolved to. I've always had three genres I follow: Tejano, country, and Norteño music. I was brought up in Norteño music, and really I'd rather not call it the stylistic of Norteño or Tejano. I'd rather call it accordion or bapticista. And it makes it a lot more simpler. It doesn't give it that stigma,
Well, and it's also the great part about it is because it's first of all for my radio station. I always say good music deserves to be heard. Period. I always let the people decide. I don't tell people what to hear. Decide. I don't tell them anything. But they have to have the opportunity to hear it first in order for them to fall in love with it. That's why good music needs to be heard. But the deal is that with you guys, with you especially, and other artists that come from outside of Texas, people like this, good music is good music. It doesn't really matter.
Well, the thing is, the stigma has always been if it doesn't come out of Texas, it can't be good.
Right, yeah.
And that's not true at all.
That's really obnoxious, actually.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It would be like, I'll give you an example. It would be like if you eat from Nashville, you can't really sing country. So what would that mean? That everybody that does Texas country really invalidates what they do. So, but that's just an analogy there. But I've never let that challenge of me being over here really become an obstacle. I tend to actually absorb it and take it as a challenge. Because I know once I overcome it, people are gonna see me for the artist that I am. Not because I'm over here, Tejano born, Tejano born from California. But California is funny. People always ask me, how did you get that name? Well, because I would do all my music in San Antonio. And producers all started giving me the name of the California kid, the kid from California, and then the California Cowboy kind of stuck. They always see me dressed up very consistently the same.
You have a brand.
And you just work on it, and you evolve with it, and you bring it. It's kind of like George Strait. Really, George Strait doesn't look more different than he did in the 80s. But what he does is he keeps his music fresh. So every time he comes up with an album, it sounds like current, and which it is. So sometimes it's picking, those musical things and writings, carefully, and also having a good team in their writings. I'm sure pays attention to what everybody's doing. I mean, if he's going to sing Marina Del Rey in 2024, he's probably not going to succeed. Although it's a classic, but it's not what's right now current.
Yeah, and it's also, it sticks with people that just what they do. But let me ask you this real quick. People that want to get more information, where can they go?
So you can go to www.jorgenationalmoreno.com. You can go to my Jorge Moreno Country Facebook, Jorge Moreno Live on Instagram, Jorge Moreno Live on Twitter. And then if you want to listen to my music and everything that I've done, you can go to Spotify, go to iTunes, all the musical platforms, Pandora. I mean, there's so many of them now. The people that I work with, they put it all out there. Even YouTube. Sometimes they tell me, hey, your song's already on YouTube. So they find a way to put it on
And that's why if you're a artist, that's why I always ask, if there's someone music has two things, it has to have, it has to be recorded by digital, by industry standards. That's the first. I know we can record in some homes and all that stuff, but the industry standards is not for artists. And then number two, it has to have an audience receiver. That's for you, not for me. Qvo Radio is a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP DMIC 604, fully accredited radio station, and I want you to get your royalties. The only way to do that is get your royalties. So, the radio station, and the cast of music if you want to have it. And we're here at the
It's okay. Go ahead, Moreno.
Moreno, and I told you, I was like, I had the brain fart. I couldn't get it out of my head. Sorry, I do apologize. For those of you out there listening on the radio, I swear I wasn't going to do that. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I remember when I started my TV show back in September, 7 years ago. That was one of my first interviews. That you came down and said, you were in between. We're going to perform in Mexico. And I was like, hey, it's not mine. It's not mine. Oh, shit. Everything is mine. You know,
I'm one of those that, if I can, sometimes scheduling and me traveling so more, sometimes don't allow. On my end of it, it's never going to be intentional. I will do my best efforts to pay everybody their time. I like doing that. There's people that don't like doing it. I actually enjoy it. I think it's very important to touch base, face to face with the people that are supporting your music. Some people just send it, they give you their mail outs, and they hope that they play your music. But I think there's something to be said about person-to-person interview. When you're there physically, you're going to have a different impact on people. And that always goes more towards the positive than they would for the negative. Whereas if you put your music and it's really not doing that work, you're going to keep pushing it. And you're going to say, hey, you know what? This guy's really into, he comes and pays us his attention. All we can do is give him the benefit of the doubt.
one of the reasons that I do what I do, I was trying to get this interview. And honestly, I didn't want to do podcasts at all. So I tried to get it. I did the show. I was every operator, because I hated myself for that. But I couldn't find anybody that would do it, so I started doing it myself. But it's great. I use it to get people to know I did. The more they know you, the more likely they're going to request your music. They appreciate who you are and see you as more like them.
I'll give you an example. I'm going to use a book that I remember hearing when I was a young kid. You never get a second chance to make the first impression. And that came off the Hennessy. But I'm a true believer in that. I think that there's always a fan base, always somebody you can win over. And it always starts with one person. You can win them over, you'll win the second, and it goes on and on and on and on, and you get a stir. And sometimes how you win them over is having a good attitude about it. A lot of people that either don't understand how this interview thing plays out. You gotta be patient, you gotta love it, you gotta be humble, and that's just me. I like doing it. I don't see it as like you're taking my time. I can come here, do an hour, and say, well, that was that. But if I'm going to pay to have my booth so people can know the whole Moreno brand, guess what? I'm going to be here all the time that they allotted me. There's people here coming in and out that are going to leave. There are new people that are going to come in. And your music. I've been doing this over 20 years, and I still get people that say, I've never heard your music. And as long as I have those people that you keep showing them your stuff, you never stop winning people.
And hopefully your music stays played. I got your music. Those of you that are out there listening to this, be sure that you pick up your song. What's your next song that you
So we just released Siento. It was produced and arranged out of Pearsall, Texas by Little Macizo, which is Albert Ramirez Sr. and Albert Isaias Albert Ramirez. They're the new producer that I've been working with.
be sure to go and pick it up, buy it. The best way to support that music is to go to their shows, buy their merch. That's how you do it. Take care of your Thank you for having me.
Thank you, bro. Thank you to your audience. Thank you for having me. And keep enjoying and supporting the Thank you, bro.
I texted you the schedule. So it's tight. We booked out of the time. Look at the schedule.
So we got a very special guest. This is your camera right there. I can bring it down if you want.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. The one and only, the main man himself, a good friend of mine. I can tell you, I'm proud to say, a good friend of mine, the one and only, Red Brother Rama.
I'll catch up to you in a minute. Thank you so much. Yo, Lawrence, how you doing, brother?
I am tired, bro. It's like my second day in Vegas. This is wearing my ass out, you know, and it's hot. Yesterday was like 120 degrees.
Well, we did dinner.
Yes.
We walked out and it looked like we walked into an oven.
I know, it is so freaking hot. You know what? It's cool inside. We've got a lot of people here. It's the 20th anniversary, and it's wonderful. I see a lot of people going by your booth. They're always checking you out. You've got a lot of things coming. First of all, let's go ahead and address the fact that you and your brother, that y'all have a special bond, obviously, before, and I've talked about it on the show. And now you are recovering from donating a lot yourself, 70% of your liver to your brother, and you know that's amazing. My brother did the same thing for me, and here you are. What was it? 3 months? 2 months? Almost 2 months ago, and here you are, just alive and kicking. And you took a plane flight, which is crazy because the pressure of the plane is something that you have to be worried about as well.
I have my breath condition.
You're
My eyes
amazing.
were popped out.
You're amazing.
No, before. And you were there the whole time. You were there for the whole process the whole time, keeping up with us and giving us advice. And because you've gone through you and your brother. I would also say it's a special bond with us. You and your brother be my brother, and I give my brother the right advice and what to expect and everything. But you know what, Ed? It's just, I do it all over again. You know, people. First of all, I don't want to say you guys what I did. I know what I did. And I would, I do. He needs a kidney tomorrow, but I hear people just stop me to always say, hey, you don't know that I'm part of you and your brother's journey. Run, I mean, I get that 25, 30 times a day. It's just a great big prayer. We pray, and, my brother, he checks on me. Okay, like this and that. We're rich, man. So people don't ask me for this. You should put like a little tip jar for me with my picture. Hey, put my picture like in the hospital. I see it.
Put one of the milk jugs up there.
Oh my God, Richie's got that sense of humor, man, that never went away. All this 9 years that he's been going through this, that sense of humor that he always has never gone away. So that's, he's, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good to see him recovering, and he's on track. He hasn't regressed anything, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's due to all of y'all.
That's what John Lee.
Right? No, actually, my cohort buddy, he showed me a picture of him. He had taken a picture of him from the 1990s, and he looks like he's freaking 12 years old. And I was like, no, he doesn't age at all, so he's good.
An audio check.
Huh?
Your audio is messed up.
The audio's messed up. Let me check that. Okay.
Mine too?
Oh yeah.
We were just checking on it.
That should work right there. Hold on.
My good? Me.
It wasn't connected to the right one. It should sound not fine now. That's what I told you. See?
Dun, dun.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you.
That's what you call a real team right there, man.
That's a team effort, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, we're taking care of everybody.
That's what it is.
That's one of the things that we have to take care of. No, and then, the fact that y'all guys are doing good, but you know what? We've been talking and we're good friends, and I talk to you and I try to keep up with everything, and nobody's gonna get fooled by the fact that you're one of my favorite artists because of the fact that I just love what you do.
Thank you, brother.
I always talk about your harmonies. I love your harmonies. I love what y'all, the way you set those up.
Thank you.
And your horn play, obviously, you play the trumpet,
yes.
Of course, and everything else. But man, you've got some music coming out. It just came out not too long ago. Tell us about the song, man.
Yeah, so I released another single off my latest CD, the CDs Con el Corazón, and the name of the song is Hasta que tú seas mía. Again, Joe Reveles, me, put it together, and of course, Sevi does this thing at Slack Monster Studio, man. I just love making music. We are watching it come together, man. And this is my second album with Slack Monster Studios, of course, under my own label, Chess Records. But when you work with producers that kind of already know what you want, makes things so much easier, which direction you're going in, and then they put that little icing on the, that cherry on top of that, on the top, and it just like, it's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling.
You know what? And I once again, I'm harping on this thing. I shouldn't, but I got privy to your music, listening to it and stuff like that. It's a great song, and it's just for people. What I want to tell them, it's you're constantly changing your music, but it's consistently the Valderrama sound. It comes down from your dad. Your dad has a consistent big band sound. It's full, but it's not noisy. There can be a lot of bands that can be full but noisy sometimes.
Yes,
it's not noisy, and that's the best way that I can explain or describe that sound. I mean, the music that you put out. And for people that want to get a hold of this, the album, where can they go to get it?
Actually, it's on all digital platforms right now. Very good special friend of mine is updating my website. He's sitting right here to the left of me. And so it's under construction right now. Soon, within a week, you'll be able to get it there. But also, I'm one of those people that I answer all my social media messengers. You inbox me or whatever. We mail out merchandise, CDs, whatever you want. But you can... digital platforms, of course, but if you want the whole CD, and also, did I bring it? I sure did bring it. I have it now on.
And he's always up to date on the media. Check this out.
So people tell me, is that a cassette? I go, no, I am the very first Tejano artist. Very first
Tejano artists that came out with music on USB. My last album, 2 albums ago, I came out with the USB. So I just shout out to John Negrete down at Multi Media that does all my manufacturing and man, we just brainstorm and comes out with different things, man. And you do my artwork, give it to him, he'll put it together and get it going. But
That's a good picture. Of you,
yeah, I wonder who took it.
bro.
You know.
I know, that's a good picture. Though.
But yeah, I have it now on these cars now, 22, 23, 24 cars. They don't have CD players anymore. Now you can get it on USB. You know.
And what I like about it is the tangibility. You actually have something in your hand, and it gives you a little bit of information about who it is, and that's what we get away from. Yes, the convenience is there, but I will tell you this: when you get one of these, it's yours. You have it at home. You have access to it. You have it for yourself. How many times do you listen to a song on Spotify and you're like, man, what was that song? And you have to scroll through a playlist that's forever long because of the fact that it's not something that you yourself has picked up, and instead it has been feeding you, and it's not always going to be something that you like. Here it's totally different, and you're supporting somebody that is giving their heart and soul to the music. It's not created by anybody. I mean, they're not created by AI. It's created by somebody who took the time to put this music together. Creating music is very, very difficult, time consuming, very costly. But somebody to be doing it, you're on your 7th album now?
This is my 7th album right now, and right now I'm starting to work on my 8th album.
Yeah.
So
and that's a lot of hard work, dedication, a lot of love that you're doing for your fans, and your fans are out there, and it's wonderful to see them, coming out.
I have so many people from everywhere walking up to my booth right now. They go, "Hey man, I have all those albums. When's your new one coming out?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm working on it, and like you said, you spend 6,000-7,000 on an album, and it's just like, I love making music,
Mhm.
but it's not an expensive hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And like you said, and this is what you always instill in your shows and everything that you do. You always tell people, hey, support the musician, buy their merchandise, buy their material, and it all goes back to what we're doing, right? Putting more material out, more material out, man. So I love doing it, man. It's my passion.
Yeah, and you do it so well. That's the good thing.
Thank you, brother.
You do it so well, and it's consistently awesome music. Y'all guys, for people that want to get a hold of you, how's the best way to get a hold of you? Man?
Right now, like I said, I do have rickvalderrama.com. It's under construction right now, but any social media, you can go to Facebook, my Instagram, inbox me. My phone number's there on my Facebook. Reach out to me. I answer all questions. My brother Richie also books me, but right now he's under construction right now because of the recovery for the liver transplant. But call me for anything, bookings, anything you need,
And also, you're very active on social media, so it's not going to be hard for them to get a hold.
I know.
of you.
I Snapchat a lot, and my fiance's like, everybody knows where we eat every day. If we eat now, they know where you're at. And that's part of it, A lot of people like it, and that I interact a lot with all I call them friends. Of course, they're fans, but I talk to everyone. It is me answering my own social media,
Yes, it is always you, and that's one of the good things. Is that you're very generous, and you're a very good friend of mine, and a good person to know. And thank you so very much for being here.
Absolutely.
Rick, I really do appreciate you. Best of luck to you, man. And like I said, the way you support Tejano music is you go to their shows and you buy their merch. And that's the best way for you to show your support for Tejano artists and keep supporting Tejano music. That's the way to do it. His new album is kicking, it's rocking. I have my favorite cumbia from him is on the
album right before this.
The right album right before it.
Yeah.
But I still play it anyway because
it's a great
it's awesome.
album, though.
It's a great album, great song. But I mean, all of it is awesome. So just go out there and support, man. That's what it's for. That's why we do what we do. And I know you guys are out there. There's a lot of people. There's hundreds of people right here in Las Vegas, and we're launching Tejano Connects right now. Rick is going to be a big part of that, and we'll share more of that information in the future. But right now, I want you to show your love to Rick Valderrama and go out there and support. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you so very much, Rick, man. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you for everything you do, man.
We'll see y'all next time. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with another artist.